I'm Andrew Mearns from Swissvax UK. Here we are at the NEC, at the Autosport Show. We're promoting our range of Swissvax products as we normally do. For the first time, what we're going to be doing on the stand is demonstrating how the products work. We have in the UK a network now of over 40 detailers, and each day at the exhibition we've got at least 10 of the guys on the stand, and we're going to be working on a BMW 7 Series limousine in black that's quite badly scratched, and we're going to be running through the process of how to remove the swirl marks and the scratches, how to fill them in slightly, and then how to protect them with a layer of Canuba wax. Obviously the range is quite extensive, and what we're going to be doing is just focusing on the paintwork of the car. So here we are now over at the car, and as you can see on the car here, there are these swirl marks and light scratches in the paintwork. Now this occurs to every vehicle, but it always looks worse on a dark colour like a blue or a black, and this is why we always demonstrate on a black car. This one is metallic black because it does show them a lot more clearly. Now these little marks and scratches are often put in by washing the car using poor products and maybe things that are slightly abrasive. So you can visually see them, and we've lit this panel up with some light so you can see them a bit better. And what we're going to do now is run through the process of eliminating the scratches, and then we'll show you a way of protecting the paint so that they don't come back. What Glyn's doing here is he's dusting the panel with a lubricant called Quick Finish, and then what he's using is a paint rubber. This is a natural product. This is sandstone clay, and what this is doing is you glaze this over the panel to remove contaminants that's stuck to the paint. So what this will do is this will take off things like some little bit of bug residue that's been left on after washing. It'll also remove road tar. It's also a very popular ongoing product because once the car has been waxed, you can use this for removing contaminants going forward, and it won't remove the wax. So what you'll see on the paint rubber, as Glyn's showing us, is the contaminants and the dirt that's come off the panel. Even though this car was washed thoroughly yesterday, we've removed things like road tar and bits and pieces that the paint rubber has picked up. This then gets folded over and it gets absorbed into the sandstone so that it can just be used again and again. The panel then just simply gets wiped dry, and again a lot of dirt and contaminants will be in the moisture, and this then just simply gets removed by simple wiping of the panel. So that's the first stage, using the paint rubber and the Quick Finish. This is used on the glass, the bright work, the lenses, and obviously mainly on the paintwork. So the next stage that we're going to show you, James is going to be using an orbital buffing machine, and we're using a product called Swissvax Professional Clean Fluid Strong. And what he's going to be doing is working on the panel with an orbital buffing machine at low speed at about 1200 RPM. And this is where we machine the panel to correct the scratches and the swirl marks. So you'll see he puts a little bit of the product over the surface that he's working on. And then, watching carefully where he's going with the machine, he just lightly goes over with medium pressure and works that product into the panel. Now this isn't a heavy abrasive product, it does do some filling properties as well. So it's rounding off any edges of scratches, and it's filling in the little swirl marks. It also helps to eliminate what we call holograms, which is a visual problem where when you look at the panel in direct sunlight, it can look a little bit hazy. You'll notice that he's looking at the work that he's doing to check and see the marks and watch them disappear. Now you may need to go over the panel 2 or 3 times to do this. It's important not to get the panel too hot, but this is a lot easier with this product because it does work at quite a low speed, so we're trying to not put too much heat into the panel. This procedure we do on all areas of the car's paintwork, whether they're made of carbon fibre, composite materials, plastic bumpers. Obviously this is a regular metal car, and we use the same product on any paint finish, whether it be GRP. So you'll see him going over in straight lines, carefully making sure that he doesn't catch any bright work or badges or any bits of trim, and slowly works it side to side, watching each panel. So James is now just finishing off doing the paint correction. A lot of the product has been absorbed into the panel, and you'll notice that there's very little dust or residue. All we do then is wipe the panel to remove any bits of the product that are left on there. and you'll see now that the majority of the swirls and the scratches have begun to disappear. If you did this 2 or 3 or 4 times, you can actually achieve very high finish with the car and a very high percentage of eliminating these problems. So that's what we would now call paint correction. So now the next procedure is to use a similar product to do the correction, but this time we're going to do refining using the Swissvax Professional Cleaner Fluid, and this is just to refine the panel, fill in the last little bit of swirl marks and scratches, and generally finish the panel off. Now again, we're using an orbital buffing machine at low speed at about 1200 RPM, applying soft to medium pressure. The product goes into the paintwork. It's very oil based. It's not a cutting compound. It just fills in the little swirls and scratches, and generally speaking, doing this procedure is the last part before we put the final finish wax on. So again, he's watching the panel, he's looking at the little marks because he might be able to see some particular areas that need a little bit more work than others. But generally speaking, he's working over the whole area that he's working on in an equal fashion, going from side to side, and very quickly you'll see that product being absorbed into the paintwork. Very little dust or residue, no products coming off the panel. He's just working it slowly and evenly into the paintwork. So now we come to the end of doing that procedure. So that was refining the panel. All you need to do is lightly wipe over any bits of product and residue that are left on there, and we're now looking for the sort of finish that you'd expect on the car. We could do that procedure again 2 or 3 times, but normally it works out that 1 pass over should be enough to give the sort of finish that we're looking for. So now we come to the final stage, which is to wax the panel, and we're going to select one of our waxes from the range of waxes of Swissvax, and we're going to show you how this goes onto the car. So we've selected a range of 6 waxes. I'm going to run through them with you and explain a little bit of detail on what each wax does. Over here we've got our entry-level regular wax, which is onyx. You'll notice from the colour it's made from yellow grade canuba. Content of 30% canuba in the jar. Very popular wax, very good for filling properties, and a good all-round durable product. Now this one is quite a special wax. It's a new one in the Swissvax range, and it's only for use on cars with matte finish paint. You know the dull finish paints that are very popular and fashionable, and you could also use this on cars that are covered in a vinyl wrap. Again, in the same size 200ml jar. And this has only just come out, a new one in the range of Swissvax for matte finish paints. This again is the next one is another new product. It's called Glacier, and it's just been developed about a year ago, only for use on white coloured cars. It doesn't matter what make the car is or what manufacturer of paint, but it's very good. It's got some anti-bleaching properties in it, which means that it helps the white car from not having any of those little black weather marks and dirty marks on it. Now here's another very popular wax. It's called Shield. It has PTFE, Teflon in it. Very durable wax. We often use this on vehicles if they live outside and they don't have a chance to go in the garage overnight. Very popular as well for motorhomes, caravans and boats and so on. Now here's a really good selling product which is only available in the UK. It's a product we designed maybe 10 years ago. It's called Best of Show. Got a high content of canuba. Very good product. Gives the wet look, it makes the car look ultra shiny, and it's a very durable wax. A layer of this could last easily 10 to 12 months. But here we come to the crown in the range at the moment. This is Divine, 70% canuba content. You'll notice by the colour that it's made from white top grade canuba. It can be applied, as they all can, by hand or by pad. We're going to apply it now on the BMW by pad, and you'll see the results that it gives on the car. So here we come now to the final stage of putting a layer of canuba wax onto the panel. It's a common mistake when people are waxing the car that they actually put too much product on, and you'll see as Glyn's putting this on, it's a very even covering. We do what's called overlapping circles using a wax applicator pad. You could apply the wax if you wanted to do it by hand. You put an even coverage all over the panel. This then takes a couple of minutes to cure. You can actually leave the wax maybe overnight if you had the opportunity of letting it cure for a longer period. And you can at any stage put 2 layers of wax on, so you could do this layer, buff it to a shine, put a second layer on, and then let that cure overnight. So there you can see on the panel a layer of wax, and then all we're going to do now is take a micro polishing cloth, just to very simply wipe that to a shine. And all you would do is get a special Alcantara man-made cloth, and you'll notice that we just gently wipe over, so gently that you could pull the cloth from under your hand, and we're just dusting that wax to a shine. And you notice, very importantly, there is no dust or residue come off the panel at all. It's simply you're flattening the layer of wax to a shine, and this layer could easily last on the car for up to 12 months looked after properly. So here we are, finishing off the panel by just gently wiping it to a shine and going all the way over, nice and easily, nothing too aggressive, just wiping the panel down to a shine. And then often we show people the way that the wax repels water, and this is what the vehicle will do as you're driving it along in any weather conditions. And a very easy visual demonstration is just to simply show how quickly and easily that panel will now repel water and nothing sticks to it. So as you can see now, this panel on the car, we've finished it off properly. The wax is now cured and we've buffed it to a shine. And as you can see, a nice before and after area where this section is now no scratches, no swirl marks, protected nicely with a layer of wax. We just simply put this little bit of tape on so that we can show a before and after area. But we do often use this tape on the cars when we're working on them, just to protect bits of trim, bright work and badges and so on. So there you go. A good little demonstration of what you can achieve with Swissvax products. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, but it's all achievable either by using one of our detailers, or you yourself can buy products and easily achieve this on your cars yourselves. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your interest in Swissvax products.